In today's video, I'm ranking my top 5 tech of 2024. Let's get right into it. Okay friends, we are at the last month of 2024, so that means I'm going to be posting a whole lot of end of year wrap up reset types of videos, and this is one of them. It will be the last tech video that I do for the year of 2024, which is exciting and crazy. I cannot believe it. I posted a lot of tech videos this year, actually. I know most of my tech videos and tech community here are for my Pixel videos, and I love y'all so much. I appreciate your support so much. But I also branched out a little bit and talked a little bit more about other types of tech items that I use and love. In today's video, my ranking is going to have a range of different tech items, and I'm going to rank them from the bottom up. So at the end of the video, I'm going to share my top tech item for 2024. And I just want to say that my ranking is going to be, it might not make sense to most people. You probably won't agree with my ranking, but my ranking is based off of my experience and my opinion. And I will also put out a disclaimer that I am not a tech YouTuber, so you're not going to hear a bunch of super nitty-gritty detailed specs in this video. If you want things like that, you can definitely head over to a professional YouTuber's account, but I'm just going to be ranking my top 5 things, and I'll talk a little bit about each thing, why I love them, and why I placed it in its particular ranking. So with all that being said, let's jump into it. My number 5 slot goes to this right here, and this, believe it or not, is a printer. It is a portable Bluetooth thermal printer. A thermal printer essentially means that you use thermal paper and you don't need ink cartridges for it. So there's just a lot of convenience happening here. It's lightweight, it's tiny, it's portable. You don't need to install or reinstall or deal with any sort of ink cartridges or anything like that. And thermal paper, if you don't know what that is, it's essentially like receipt paper. So this is definitely not for a student who's printing out reports or if you're printing out a resume. But for me, I use it mostly to print mailing labels. So it's very useful for me. And I have to say, I never thought that a printer would show up on a top 5 of anything in my life. I have always had such a bad experience with printers. And to be honest, I feel like most people do. It's one kind of tech item that always gives people a hard time. I have been in rages, I have been screaming and crying and all sorts of that type of experiences when it comes to printers because they do not function the way that they should for the most part for some reason. This one has never done that to me. I have always had a good experience with this printer. It works 100% of the time. The connection works 100% of the time. It prints out easily, seamlessly, quickly. I've just never had an issue. And so because of that, it makes my top 5 because I never thought that I would say that I would have a positive experience with a printer. And I can say with this one, you absolutely will have a positive experience. By the way, I will link everything down in the description box that I talk about. But moving on to my number 4 item, and if the lighting is changing, I apologize. It gets dark almost in an instant these days. But my number 4 item is a keyboard, a mechanical keyboard to be exact. This is my first and only mechanical keyboard. It is the Epomaker RT100. It goes for about $150 or less, so it's on the more affordable side when we're talking about mechanical keyboards, which is great for me because I don't know anything about mechanical keyboards aside from the fact that they make for great ASMR. And that is the main reason why I purchased a mechanical keyboard. It's also beautiful. I love the colors, I love the neutral vibes. You know that I love the neutral vibes. And the best part, the ASMR. So let me give you some of that. I love that so much, and so many people ask me about this keyboard, so I wanted to make sure that I mentioned it too. This keyboard works super well. It's accessible. Like I said, it's affordable. You can connect this in so many different ways, or 3 ways to be exact. You can connect it through a wire. You can connect it using a USB, sort of like the way that you would connect a wireless mouse. And you can also connect it through Bluetooth. So it's very accessible in that way as well. And it works. It functions incredibly well. I've never had an issue with it. It has a lot of customizations, which I really like. You can switch out the switches. I have the Wisteria switches in here right now. But before, when I purchased this, I had the sea salt switches in here, which these have the sea salt ones for some reason. very, very quiet. So I love that you can customize the sounds if you want to. You can also customize this little screen over here. You just need to install something on your computer, which I've never done because I use this for my work computer and it doesn't allow me to do that. But you can customize this as well. And this button over here is the volume button. And when you press on it, it opens up your music listening platform like Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, stuff like that. It also has RGB lighting in the back of it, so it's super, super cool. I just love it so much. It's foolproof. It's always done well for me. It's always been functional. So I love it. I love that it's affordable. I love that I can enjoy the ASMR with this keyboard. The number 3 item on this list, and I know I'm going to get a lot of people who contest this, but it is the Google Pixel 9 Pro. Now, why does it land in the middle section as opposed to higher up on my list? It's because I have only had the phone for a few months, and honestly, I consider a phone to be extremely robust in terms of what it can do, as opposed to something like a printer or a keyboard where it's like a single-use item, if you think about it that way. And so I need to spend a lot of time with a phone to really say, like, this is an incredible phone. I recommend it. I will stand up on the highest mountain and recommend it kind of vibe, if that makes sense. So I need some more time with it, and I haven't even done a full review on it just yet. I usually wait 6 months to do a review. So that's why it lands right in the middle, because I do absolutely love it. I can recommend it at this point, and I love so many things about it. However, I do need to spend some more time with it, and also it's not so mind-blowingly incredible to a point where it needs to be my number 1 slot, if that makes sense. So hopefully I will not get a lot of negative comments about that. I do 100% love the Google Pixel devices and the Google Pixel 9 Pro. I just don't think it's my number 1 at this given moment, especially because I'm going to be talking about some other incredible things right now. And my second item on the list is something that I actually have not been talking about on this channel. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I got myself the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I got the creator combo, so it comes with all sorts of different things. And I'm just going to cluster the creator combo as part of my number 2 slot. But this is essentially a camera. I know it doesn't look like a camera, but it is. I'll take it out of the case. But this is a camera, and I think this is a fantastic camera for content creators. It is like a single-use type of item, like it's a camera first and foremost, but it does so many things. And so because it's multifunctional for an otherwise single-use item, I think this is incredible. It does so many cool things. You can pop in and out a different lens magnetically, which I think is extremely convenient. You can record horizontally or vertically just with the swipe of this screen right here. And it has a gimbal, if you couldn't tell. That's what this is happening right here. It also has a lot of settings that are very convenient and useful for content creators, which is extremely convenient for me and helpful for me. And it comes with one of the best mics I think I have ever experienced ever. Sometimes I use the mic for this on my Google Pixel 9 Pro when I'm recording videos because it's the best mic I have ever experienced. It's very functional. It's multifunctional, like I said. Everything works seamlessly. I've never had an issue. I never had connection issues. It's just super, super well-rounded and incredible, and something that I've never experienced in the camera space. And as a content creator, when you start to ask questions on what your camera can do for you, and then you find something that answers all of that questions for you because it's simply built in, that's how you know you've got something really special, and that's what this camera is. So there's a reason why it's very trendy and so many people are purchasing it. It's for a good reason. It's absolutely incredible. I can't say enough good things about it. Okay, as the sun is setting, we are at the very final thing, which is my favorite tech item of 2024. That is something that I've been wearing the entire time. That is my Oura Ring. So I have the Oura Ring in the 3rd generation. I know I got it, I did a video on this, but I got this very shortly before the Gen 4 came out. I don't feel like I'm lacking at all. I don't feel like I'm missing out at all. This wearable is the best wearable I have ever used. And if you don't know what an Oura Ring is, it's like a health, fitness, wellness tracker in the form of a ring, clearly. It's obviously beautiful. I think it's a fashion statement. I love the design of it. Some people don't like how bulky it looks. I personally think that it's beautiful. I love it. It has been one of the best wearables, if not the best wearable I've ever owned. And I've owned many Fitbit trackers before. This is on a whole other level. And that's mainly due to the app. The app is constantly changing, constantly updating, constantly being innovative and interesting and engaging. And for me, that makes it worth the $5.99 subscription on top of the price of it. Of course, I'm paying for the device and how effective the device is and how pretty the device is, but the subscription opens up so many doors. For example, I have extremely detailed sleep tracking, and I think it's really useful for me. It provides insight not only from a data standpoint, but it really summarizes things in a way that's actually useful for me. And that applies to all sorts of other things that it tracks. It most recently did an update, I think yesterday, where it can let you know if you're starting to get sick. And those are the kinds of things that I find extremely practical, convenient, and helpful in a smart tech wearable. So I love the direction that it's going. Again, I don't feel like I'm missing out because I have an older model. Things are still moving in the app and it's incredible. And I would love to see this become sort of like a health aid in the sense of, like, say you compare it to an animal who assists you when you have health problems. If this was able to do something sort of like that, it would be incredible because I do have health conditions and it would be able to be tracked through this. So I have hopes for that in the future. And if that is possible, it truly, literally would be a lifesaver. And that is why this tops my list. It's so robust. It's so incredible. I can't recommend it enough. I know other people have other brands that they prefer, but again, I'm talking from my experience, and my experience with this is 10 out of 10, love it so much. But I'm gonna stop rambling there because the sun is almost gone at this point. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today and learning about all of these tech items if you did not know about them. If you want more information about them, I can definitely do fuller length videos on them. Just let me know in the comments. I have a feeling that I'm definitely going to do more videos on the DJI Osmo Pro because for some reason I haven't done that yet, and I feel like there's so much more to talk about when it comes to this, as well as the Oura Ring, but you let me know. And again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me throughout this entire year. The support that I've been getting on my tech videos have been astronomical, and the comments have been 99.9% positive, which is really unheard of as a girl that's talking about tech on the internet. So I just want to say thank you so much for your community and your support and your kindness, and I'm so excited to talk about more tech in 2025. Of course, I'll be talking a lot about the Google Pixel 9 Pro and other devices in the future as part of the Pixel line, and stay tuned for that pros and cons video that is also coming in 2025. But that is all for this week, and I will talk to you in next week's video.